Here we go with another Shout Out Monday evening, and today is May the 7th, 2018, and today's acronym is Some O Scale. So let's see who we're going to talk about and what we're going to talk about today. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. This channel was created to help other modelers who are in need of guidance in pursuing their dream of building a model railroad. And today, we're going to talk about somebody that is in O scale. That's why the acronym is Some O Scale. Now, let me write this down, or let me read this, what I wrote down about the acronym, and where did I put that on this page? Okay, here we go. Shout Out Monday evening. Offers some creative aspect like education, and that's what our topic is going to be about after we talk about somebody that is in O scale. But before we get to that, we're going to ask you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you like what you see, if you don't like what you see, go ahead and hit that thumbs down button like those three people do all the time. They didn't do it the last time though. But if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, ding that bell, and that'll notify you whenever I have a new video coming out. And you could also check my playlist where I have a lot of different videos categorized in those playlists, so it's easy for you to find. So let's get going with who we are going to feature today. And if you didn't already know, he's an O scaler. So let's see who we're talking about here. And it's none other than Eric's Trains, Eric Siegel. He's been doing this for a long time, and he has a lot of good information on his channel, as you can see. I'm pulling up the videos here. And he just has page after page after page of videos of good information. Even if you don't do Lionel or MTH, you can still learn a lot from what he has in these videos here. He's got a lot of them, a lot of good information, a lot of good reviews on everything. And if you are doing Lionel and MTH, you'll learn a lot on here about what Eric Siegel is talking about. And he also has a web page that you could see right here, his Twitter account, but it goes to, if I click on it, it'll go to my Twitter account. So he has that up there wrong, I guess. He's got a Facebook page and a Google Plus, but here's his web page right there, and he's got some good stuff on here. Layout, video library, webcams, the trains, online stores, services, frequently asked questions, links, social, contact. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. It's set up really well. But here we go, Eric's Trains. Go ahead and hit his subscribe button, because he's got a lot of useful information on there. You could learn a lot on there, and that's why I have stuff about education in the acronym, because you would like to see educational items on here. You want to come on here and learn about things. And that's, I have a rant in a few minutes, but anyway, go ahead and hit his subscribe button. While you're at it, ding his bell so you can be notified whenever he has a new video coming out. He's already got over 30,000 subscribers, and you could see why, because he has a lot of good stuff on there. He's got over 16 million views on his videos. So he's been doing it a while, and he's got a lot of good information there. So go check him out. Now, what I wanted to talk about is education. And there's been a lot of things going on YouTube and on model railroad forums lately. Now, it hasn't been lately. It's been going on for a long time. And you always have these modelers who badmouth other modelers, who turn away the younger modelers on there. I've had so many people write me emails to say, what do I do about these people on there? They say, what I ask them a question and they say, oh, your stuff isn't models, it's just toys. Just because these people aren't modeling the same thing you are doesn't mean that you have to trash them and discourage them from entering into the hobby. Everybody has to start out someplace. It is not beneficial for you to be telling people that yours is the only way, that you don't know what you're doing. That's why people come on the forums and ask questions, because they don't know and they expect to get some help on there. But you got these few people. Now, most of the people on there do give the help, but you always have those few people on there that just go on and say, blah, blah, blah. If you don't do it this way, that's not the best way. This is what I've seen this. And if you don't go on there and look at your rails with a microscope and see the scratches on there, you're doing it the wrong way. Blah! Who cares? Encourage the people, encourage the newcomers to do what they want to do, not what you want to do. You want to do what you want to do is good for you, but it may not be any good for anybody else. So that's what I always tell everybody, is whatever you choose to do, that is fine. You do what you want to do because it's your hobby. Have fun with it. I used to go on the forums all the time, but lately I just got discouraged about going on any of them anymore because of all the people on there with their negative attitudes. This is a hobby. You're supposed to enjoy it. Don't discourage people on there. Don't tell them they're doing things wrong. Don't do this, don't do that. That's all you ever hear. You have people trashing certain products because they had a bad experience with it. Well, they probably had a bad experience with it because they didn't read the directions, were too impatient to read the directions and do it the proper way, so they're trashing the product because they didn't spend the time to take a look at it and install the pieces properly. If you would take the time to do it, read the directions, and if you have problems, ask for help. And maybe you might get a hold of somebody that might give you some help. Not like you, where you have come on and trashed something because you didn't ask for help and you didn't care about getting help. You just want it to run the first time. You just want everything to be perfect the first time, and if it doesn't, you're going to say that product is no good. That's a bunch of baloney. B-O-L-O-G-N-A. Help the new modelers instead of discouraging them. That's all I gotta say. Help them out because they need the help. You don't need to be discouraging them. You don't need to be turning them away from the model railroading community. Give them the help that they ask for. Be kind to them. It's hard enough getting into the hobby. It's expensive. They need to know the tricks and tips that you have to offer instead of keeping it to yourself and saying, I ain't telling nobody what I'm doing. Bull. Give them the help. I don't care if nobody helped you. Nobody helped me, but I'm sharing all the information that I know about. And I think everybody else should also. Why not? That's the end of my rant. Thank you. Thank you very much. Coming up on Saturday, I got Arduino made easy. And the lesson is a continuation of... Oh man, I forgot I got the camera right here. A continuation of Lesson 5, where we installed the LEDs again and used these sensors right here. And let me plug this in and let me show you how it works. This is supposed to be a gate crossing. Now it's probably not going to work properly because I got my overhead lights on, so it's gonna work weird. But anyway, it's not doing... It's doing the crossing signal, but it's not doing it the way I wanted it to because this is too bright with these lights on up here. But anyway, when I do the lesson 6, you'll see what we are doing on that. And I got some sketches I got some little functions from Jeff Bunza in his grade crossing sketch, where he had the crossing gates come down too. I'm not going to do that in there because that's a little bit too complicated. Even though his two functions are a little bit complicated, I'm putting that in there to get it to work so I don't have to write all these lines of code over. He has a way where you put it in a function and that's it. Boom, you just put the function in there and it does what you want it to do. So that's coming up on this Saturday. So we'll see you then on this Saturday on Arduino Made Easy. And don't forget to help out those other modelers on there because they need to learn. They want to learn. They want to get into the hobby and they don't want to hear people complaining about stuff or telling them that their stuff is trash. Give them the help that they need, please. And we'll see you.